So I'm going to try to make a bit of a breakfast this morning. I know breakfast can be a little bit of a hard one. I eat a lot of just eggs, to be honest with you. But today I'm going to try to make some waffles with, hopefully, we'll see if it turns out, I've never made it before, just a fruit puree, just to use it instead of a syrup, again, so it's nice natural sugar. So first thing we're going to do is, I got everything kind of laid out that I'm going to need for today. For flour, because of course you need some kind of flour, I'm using almond flour, so I'm just going to pour that in, and I'm using about 3/4 of a cup of almond flour. You'll notice for me, like most people, I don't have perfect measurements, so I just kind of add stuff till it feels right. After that, I'm just going to use, and I got a carton of egg whites. Okay, so again, instead of an egg, I got egg whites. And I'm going to just pour some of this in, and I just pour it enough so that it kind of feels the top. So if you come in and take a look at this, you can kind of see how much I'm putting in there. So it's not a lot, but enough, because you need it. You need the egg in there to kind of get it to stick to each other. Last thing I'm going to use is almond milk. So again, I use an almond milk that has no sugar added. So you got to watch that, because some of the almond milk actually does have a fair bit of sugar. So just watch. And again, I'm not going to put in too much, just a little bit. Now, I may end up adding more, but we'll see. So at this point, I'm going to give this a little whisk, right, and start getting this around. Right, and you'll see this, and you want it to be fairly runny, not too runny, but fairly runny. So you can see this kind of thickness right now. That's probably too thick. So I'm going to use, and I'll kind of go back and forth between eggs and almond milk. Almond milk, of course, will thin it a bit more and a lot quicker than if I was just using eggs. So that's not too bad. Get that all nice and whisked. So, on the other side over here, what you kind of need to make waffles is a waffle iron. So right here. Now, just so you know, waffle irons, you can buy really expensive ones, but you don't need to. I picked this up at like Walmart, I think, for, I don't know, $9 or $10 or something like that. Nice and simple, nothing too exciting. What you want to make sure with any waffle iron, though, is you give it a nice bit of greasing. So I've got an olive oil spray that I'm going to use, and basically we're just going to kind of spray that. Just give it a spray, just enough so that the waffles hopefully won't stick to it. And we're going to close that, and this will go green when it's ready. So I'm going to again just get that going. One of the things you'll find, or at least I find with especially almond flour, is that if you don't use it right away, it just thickens right up. So I use the same kind of batter every once in a while for just actually making pancakes, and I find that it is, first pancake is good, second pancake is really thin, or really thick, sorry. So now, because we've actually added no sweetener to this, I'm going to add, and I got a little packet of stevia. I'm not going to add a lot of this, I'm just going to add probably half of a packet to it, again, just to give it a little bit of sugary taste, so not too much. Alright, just kind of get that in there again. And lastly, because I like the taste, and I've never actually tried this, I got a bag of coconut that I'm going to just take a little bit. Now, a lot of times I'll put cinnamon in here or stuff like that. I've never done this before, so I'm going to take just a little handful, not too much, and just kind of add that in. And again, I'm just going to stir that around, so get that coconut in there. Because hey, it's coconut. How bad can that be? Right? Everything nowadays seems to have coconut in it. And again, I just need to thin that out and give that a good stir. And you want to make sure again that it's fairly, not overly watery, but fairly watery. Okay, so now we're just going to wait for the waffle iron to become hot enough. I'll be right back with you in a second. Okay, as you see, the waffle iron is ready. So what I'm going to do now, again, I always just kind of give it a last little stir to make sure it's not too thick, right? Just to get it all thinned out a little bit, so it's good enough. One of the things that you don't want to do, and I've done this, so overfilling. So nice with a little spout. I'm just going to come in here and nicely pour that on. You know, you don't need to go crazy with it. Okay, same thing on this side. Try to get it all in there. If you spill a little bit, not a big deal. Again, just try not to overfill it. That should be good there. And all we're going to do now is close this, and we're going to wait. It's again a cheap waffle maker, iron, whatever you want to call it. This will go green when it's ready to be taken out. So, okay, we're going to let that cook, and I'm going to get us ready to try to make the puree. Alright, so let's see how these turned out. Oh, there we go. So that's good. So one of the things you want to be aware of, don't be shy with stuff like this, because you don't want these to stick. So if you put them not enough of the, I want to say oil or whatever it is, then you'll find that they stick. So we're going to just cut these, right there. And these should come out nice. Okay, we'll put this like that, and another one here. Now with the 3/4, like I said, about of almond flour, you should make, I would say, somewhere around 6 of these. So we'll make some more in a minute, but for now we're going to start making the puree. Alright, okay, so for the last thing we're going to try, and again, I've never done this before, so hopefully you guys get into this mode where you feel like experimenting, because that's half the fun of cooking, especially on a diet like this. You have to be willing to try things, and some of it may turn out and some of it may not. So let's see how this goes. So I got a food processor. So again, this is probably one of the more expensive tools that you should have in your kitchen. This one's not that expensive. I think it was like $40, so not horrible. Strawberries, okay, frozen strawberries. So I'm going to take these, nice and simply, just kind of pour them in here. Right, good. Strawberries. And for fun's sakes, I have another one of these, and this one is strawberries, a bit of pineapple, mango, and peaches. So we're going to just kind of throw some of those in, just like that. And this is what we're going to use to top our waffles. So the other thing, of course, I'm going to add, and I do this again just to kind of add some sweetness. I find the mango very dominant in these. Again, a little bit of stevia just to see. I'm just going to pour that in. Nice little packet of stevia. And we are going to blend this. So this is all plugged in, and here we go. Don't forget to put the top on or it'll make a mess. Good. Because this was frozen fruit, I have to kind of get into this and just kind of smush it around a little bit to make sure everything gets down into the blades. And we're gonna try to blend this around a fair bit, you know, just to get it all chunked up, or not chunked up, get it smooth, and we'll just keep doing this. Next time you see this, it should all be hopefully nice and smooth. So nice and smooth, but because again it was frozen fruit, it's really more like almost like a little sorbet-ish type thing, so it's got that really cold texture, and I don't think I want to put cold on top of my waffles. So what we're going to do is actually just take some, and again, we're just trial and error here, so we're going to see how this goes. We're going to take some of it, and I'm simply, no, not all of it, just some. There should be lots. We're going to take that, and we're going to stick it in the microwave. We're not going to stick it in for very long. I don't know, my guess. Let's put it in for 40 seconds. Just enough to try to get some heat on it, and hopefully make it so that it's waffle friendly. Alright. So, took a little bit longer. 40 seconds wasn't enough, so we put it in for another 40. So that's about right. So let's say about a minute and a half. It's nice and warm now. I'll bring it over so you can see it. There it is. It's just, and it's very nice and liquidy. Okay. So all we're gonna do now, take this over here, and we're going to just kind of drizzle that on. So this is nice, you know. Basically, that's nice fresh fruits. Well, frozen fruits, but kind of fresh. Put that in. Put it over here. And there's a nice breakfast. So these are almond waffles with a little bit of coconut and a fruit puree. So pineapple, mango, and strawberries. Enjoy, guys.